Welcome back. Welcome back. We took a little bit of a break. Let Miss Liz go take care of some personal business, and we are back with the first lady of fandom from the 757 Geek Fandoms and, of course, the Cosmic Portal. With me is my road dog, my brother from another mother, my conscience, Dakar.
Good evening.
Yes, we interred Dad last week in 96-degree weather.
Oh,
It was not pleasant, but it's done. And I got to see family members I hadn't seen in quite a while. And I also got to see a couple of neighbors I hadn't seen in a very long time. And so on. So it was worth it.
Well,
The only thing I felt sorry for was the poor Navy guys and their dress whites for the because he got the full honor
he got
guard,
full honor guard.
Yeah, and the gun
Excellent.
And the whole bit.
Excellent.
He got it. We waited 20 months before we could get in there, but it's done.
There you go.
And he's in the wall.
Oh, nice.
And
excellent.
There were 5 different families getting their stuff done all at the same time we were. So, they're trying very hard to catch up from their backlog. They really are. So,
well, I mean,
those poor guys. Oh boy. Marlene is not going to be happy. Her cat's out.
Uh-oh.
And Leo is not supposed to be outside anymore. And something tells me one of the kids let the cat out by accident.
So you're saying the cat's out of the bag?
Yeah, I just saw Leo running across the front yard. I said, uh-oh.
All right, speaking of cats out of the bag, Miss Liz.
Yes.
You started to let us know that you just got some new stuff.
I just got some new stuff.
In from Amazon and Target, and why don't we go ahead and start right there with you and start on your little show and tell unboxing.
Okay. Has everybody seen the new Buzz Lightyear movie?
I haven't seen it, heard about it.
I've heard.
Okay, well, I've seen it. It's really good. I recommend it. And this is from the movie. This is Buzz Lightyear's robotic kitty, and his name is Socks. And he definitely pretty much he's fun to watch, and he kind of steals the show type, And you know me, anything cat, I gotta have it.
Uh-huh.
And his name is Socks. This is the one I had to wait for. I ordered it, and I had to wait for it to come in because, generally when I order something from Amazon, I almost get it, soon. But this was the one they had to back order. So I got him, and I was very happy. It came in today. Okay. Then I had to wait for, the place that I got the other 3 Star Trek ducks.
Mm-hmm.
I had to wait till they got some stuff in. And I got 2 out of the 3. I'm still waiting on 1, which probably won't be in for a while.
Borg duck. That is awesome. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
that is too cool.
I wanted him from the get-go, but like you said, you had to wait. There were other people that had them on Amazon, but they were wanting, a lot more money, and I wanted to pay, regular price for it. So I went with the same company that I bought the other ones from and waited and paid regular price. And then definitely had to have this one.
Oh, a hura duck.
Oh, that is awesome.
A hura duck. Oh,
that is so awesome.
That is nice.
And the other one that I'm waiting on is Q. I'm waiting for Q. And I might get the other one. There are a couple other ones too, but and ever since I started getting these, I've been getting emails for other things. And a couple of the ones that they had on Amazon that were, ducks. And they wanted too much money. So anyway, I was at Target the other day picking up kitty food because they supposedly Maggie likes this particular flavor. And of course, I went out and bought some, and then I fed it to her this morning, and guess what?
She doesn't like it.
She don't like it.
Stuck her nose up at it. Now, she ate it the last time I gave it to her. This time around, she didn't want it. I said, well, you're stuck with it because I bought, and since I was there picking other things up, I went down the toy aisle, and voila. And everybody's been talking about their matchbook cars, and whatnot. So I picked up a few.
Oh.
It's Doug.
Doug from Up.
Yeah.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. You are my master and I love you. And
Ratatouille. Remy from Ratatouille.
Well, this one is slightly the packaging is slightly damaged, so I may have to take him out of the box. But
the
Sully.
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
Well,
now, see, I hadn't seen any of the Pixar ones.
You're a big Hot Wheels collector, aren't you, Wolf?
Yeah, I love my Hot Wheels.
Well, I used to have a very big collection, not a really huge one, but and that was one of the things that got pilfered out of my mother's house.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you about that. The certain things vanished. I'm pretty sure who took it, but can't prove it. And apparently she was definitely not educated because she left all the Shirley Temple stuff. She never touched it.
Good.
Because I inherited all that. She took the Barbie stuff. She took the Matchbox stuff, and she managed to get some of my coin collection, but not all of it, because it wasn't all in the same area. And I think she probably got got some other stuff too, but yeah. She's probably not even if she continued on the path that she was on, she's probably pushing at daisies by now. She was a drug addict, and that's probably what she was using it for.
Yeah, that's too sad.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's the only thing that basically, I'm just glad she didn't know what Shirley Temple was, because
Right.
We can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
but that's all I got. The three things from Amazon came in. The two from Star Trek and the one socks. And I'm still waiting. Oh, and I got a new pair of shorts. I got myself a new pair of blue shorts, and that's pretty much it. I went on Amazon looking for my short. I needed a new pair of shorts, and that's how I found out about the duckies being in, and I ordered them at the same time. And I'd already ordered socks right after I went and saw the movie, and had to wait. And then, like I said, I went down the toy aisle. I always go down the toy aisle to see if they've got any new Star Wars or anything that kind of thing. Star
Yep,
Wars.
that's me. Every time I'm in a Walmart or whatnot, it's okay. We're over here. We go through. Our Walmart is set up so we end up going through the clearance section first, which every now and then you might get lucky.
Yep.
Yeah.
But our clearance section is right off our toy aisle, so I end up going right through the toy aisles and looking at Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars see if I got all the Star Wars ones or different figures that they might have or whatnot. That's just every trip. It doesn't matter if I was there yesterday and going back today. I'm gonna go back through it.
Well,
because I just never know.
Well, Target's closer to my house, so generally I go to Target before I'll ever go to Walmart.
Yeah,
our Walmart, the parking lot sucks. So I don't like going there because of the parking lot. And
I understand that, but nearest Target to me is almost an hour ride. So
well, it's not that far away. It's just that the parking lot, parking is not that great. And so I only go there out of sheer necessity if I have to.
Oh, I get it.
And
I get it.
So that's why and I knew that my Target had the flavored kitty that, she liked. At least she told me she liked it.
Right.
And so I went and bought like 6 or 7 ones, figuring, all right, because she is, gosh, she's a finicky cat. I mean, I'll go through 1 week where she'll eat everything I give her. And then I'll spend the next several weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, fighting with her to eat other than dry food. And I'm try not to leave hers, if she doesn't eat it, on the kitchen floor, because Mr. Vacuum Cleaner will snarf it. Even after he's had his, he'll come and snarf hers. And the vet told me to be careful because he'll get fat.
Mm-hmm. And nobody needs a fat Dumbledore.
Yes, and nobody needs a fat Dumbledore. So I tried to avoid him, He'll end up getting it anyway eventually, but I pick it up off the counter and I cover it and whatnot. Because one time I picked it up off the counter and put it on the counter, and he found it without the cover. And I said, well, we're going to have to cover that from now on. Oh, and we just killed Buffy.
I was about to ask you, how far did you get?
We're at the end of 5th season. And to save Dawn, she jumped into the vortex and died. And I'm assuming they're going to bring her back because we got a couple more seasons to go.
Okay, now Miss Liz, here's where you're at. This is when they move Buffy to a new network.
Oh, really?
The writers,
which is why they kill her.
The writers intentionally killed her off because, hey, it's up to you to bring her back. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They were basically being kind of petty about it. So they wrote the character to die, even though she had got picked up on another network. So the other network basically had to figure out how to bring her back, how to keep her going.
Well, I'm glad that Willow was able to fix Tara because she was really out there.
Yeah.
Because Glory had messed her over big time. I was just wondering, once we killed Glory off, did everybody else get their mind back or not? All those other people that got sucked, you know? Or did they just stay the way they were?
It's assumed that they did.
Yeah.
And Giles did the killing.
Yes.
Because she was going to let him go. She told she said, go out of town, don't ever come back, don't ever bother my family again. And she went off and left. And then Giles came in and smothered him. Smothered him good. So I don't understand if he smothered him with her and go, because Ben and Glory were the same people. Once she had killed, why did we still end up having to do the vortex thing and the blood thing? I would think that would have stopped the whole thing.
Well, it's kind of like it didn't. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those plot hole things to drag something out. Well, now there's this vortex, and the only way to close it is, hero self-sacrifice type deal. But
and how many times do we have to kill Joel's character off? I mean, we killed him off at least 3 times in this last season. At least 3 times. That demon he's playing. He's playing this nasty demon. And I know they killed him at least 3 times. Because Xander killed him. And then he got killed by, I think Spike killed him. And, and then he got killed again. And this time around, they threw him off the crane. Whether he died or not is another question, but,
Ms. Liz, you have to forgive me because I love your take on how things are going. It really tickles me to hear a fan for the first time and me trying to remember what it was like when I first got that.
Right.
You know what I mean? That, this is happening. This is happening. And at the time, all I did was go to work, come home, go to work, go home, come, So when I did get a chance to watch this, I really had no real interaction besides Bishop to talk about this stuff. So hearing it from a fresh perspective, God, I love it.
Yep.
And you notice I'm going to analyze the whole thing.
Yes.
That's just the way I am. I'm at that age where you can't, you're not supposed to be able to get away with things like that. and then, and of course, Andy has asked Anna to marry him, which is pretty cool, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It was about damn time. I mean, they've been shagging up together for quite a while.
Oh my God.
It was about time.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
Well, again, you're in. in a way, I envy you because you get to see all this stuff. For you, it's happening for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're wondering how these characters are going to go. And it just so happens that, you know, you and I kind of spoke yesterday on Messenger when you were asking me, hey, we're doing a show. And it just so happens when I got off with you, I said, I wonder how far she's gotten Buffy. So I'm watching Banshee. And the woman that plays Faith is on Banshee.
Oh, okay.
So again, I was like, now, you know, my brain is connecting all these things. And I'm like, man, maybe I should go back and watch Buffy again. It was that show was so revolutionary for its time with the music, the teenagers, the style of the 90s into the early 2001 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very
the super strong female lead.
Oh, you know, yeah. Wolf, you hit that right on the head. There's
the super strong female lead. That was one of the first. I can't say it was the first major because we've had strong female leads since the 60s.
Yep.
But for it to be an entire show based on a teenage female lead that had the strengths of Buffy was completely different.
Right.
I mean, we had teenage shows that were, they were basic kid shows. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You know, you had some out there, but they weren't to what this show was.
Well, you know, we had Wonder Woman for a long time.
Right.
And she was serious lead.
Mm-hmm. Well, you had Wonder Woman, Charlie's Angels. We had strong female leads.
Yeah, and then Wilma Deering on Buck Rogers.
Yeah, Bionic Woman.
Yep.
What was that other one? Veronica Mars.
Yeah, Veronica Mars. But again, not exactly the teenage role.
No.
Most of the shows that you had that were a teenage role were geared towards teenagers and kids. They weren't geared towards a mid-age audience like Buffy was. It was geared towards 18. I'd say 18 to 30 is what they were really kind of gearing that show towards.
To be honest with you, I would say the 16 to 24 crowd.
There you go.
Something like that.
All I know is we had a lot of girls down at Dragon Con going completely and utterly nuts
for Buffy.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You would have thought the Beatles were in the building.
That show, it was so revolutionary. That's why I said, you know, they're trying to recapture that whole Buffy thing, but I think they're doing too much. And again, I apologize if I offend any of our viewers, but I think they're doing a little bit too much with diversity. Now they want to make Buffy this black girl. Not saying that Buffy can't be black, but my problem is you're trying to reboot a good show, and then you're going to push all this identity politics and real-time stuff in the show where this show doesn't need all that.
Yep.
We had a lesbian couple in the show. Okay.
Yep.
We had some diversity in the show. So my thing now is like, it's kind of like the trophy kid. Every show wants to go, well, look what we did. We did this. You know what I mean? You don't need that if you have a good story. But Hollywood is just so lazy. They don't have anything new to tell. So they want to take a old show, reboot it and repolish it off and push it into our face. So this is what I got to say when I say Star Trek New Worlds is not a reboot.
Yeah.
It is a fresh new take on Star Trek with some of the old remnants of TOS Trek, which is great. After the first couple of episodes, it really takes off and gets better. But Hollywood just, to me, they just don't seem to have that same thing going. They scrapped Batgirl, and all anybody can say was, oh, well, you know, you had a Dominican girl playing Batgirl, and, you know, this is a big mistake for Warner Brothers. How is it a big mistake if the movie sucked? Apparently, the studio who produced it went, oh, no, we can't put this out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about representation. It's about saving your brand. It's about saving your brand and your recognition. You're tired of putting out crap. You want to put butts in seats, but if you keep putting out trash, nobody comes to see your stuff. So
exactly,
I come back to Buffy because Buffy was such a great show. It had a spinoff, of course, which was Angel, which was even
fabulous, by the way.
Yes, I loved Angels. Yep. I love Angel. That show right there. I love the vampire lore. That's what drug me in. They had the whole, you know, because back in the day, a vampire had to be invited into your home.
Yeah, poor Spike.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you had to, and I love the fact that they had like this thing, this barrier to stop them before they could go into the house. You have to invite me in, you know, you have to invite me in. And I love that. I really did love, I thought that was some of the best lore for vampires out there, you know. And of course, the love triangle between Buffy, Spike, and Angel. And then, of course,
poor Spike. Oh my God, they put him through the ringer this year. Oh,
you ain't seen nothing
did
yet.
They put him through the
yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
nothing yet.
He fell head over heels for Buffy, and Buffy, you know, and he did everything in his power to appease Buffy, and then he built that silly robot. Oh my God, that silly robot.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Holy. Okay, yeah. So this is exactly what Calebus was just talking about. You know, going fresh through your eyes through this is fantastic because I haven't sat down and watched Buffy in a long time. So you sitting here and just that right there. And the stupid robot that he built. Wait a minute, robot that he... Oh, my God. Hold on. Yep. Nope. I know what you're talking about. God, this is so much fun. It really is.
And then he really liked her mother. He liked Jean. He liked her mother. And he was devastated when she died. Because he said, he treated, as he put it, he treated me like a person, not a monster. And I could talk to her and we could sit and have drinks and talk and smoke and, you know, treated me basically like a human being. And everybody else treated him like a monster most of the time.
Right.
But they did eventually learn to appreciate him. Buffy did never fall in love with him, though. But boy, did he have it bad for her. He had it really bad.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped.
He didn't want to have anything to do with Drusilla. Told her to pack up her bags and, you know. And he did the same thing with that girl from the high school, what is it, Drew or whatever. What was her name? The high school kid. The one that Spike turned into a vampire, and she had it bad for Spike for forever.
And Spike dressed up like Buffy.
Yeah. And eventually, and then she'd had enough too, and she left.
Yeah.
I've forgotten her
Miss
damn
Liz,
name.
I am telling you now, Miss Liz, you've only hit the surface of this iceberg called Buffy. These last 2 seasons, you're going to see a lot more.
Well, I just saw a lot the last fourth and fifth season. I mean, whoa! And
The
then
next 2 seasons are the best.
And I take it Giles and everything are going to stick around. I'm assuming Giles is going to stick around. And I like the fact that Xander has finally got a backbone and is starting to mature. And oh my God, Willow, is she getting strong? She's definitely,
Mhm. She's
knocked,
definitely something, all right.
oh, she knocked Gloria on her butt a couple of times.
You're these last 2. Oh my God, these next 2 seasons for you will be phenomenal.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as I know the next couple of episodes we're going to have to go through a lot of angsting because
Well, Buffy's
we've
dead.
killed Buffy off, and everybody's going to be completely and utterly devastated and whatnot. But I'm assuming eventually things are going to work out, and I am proud to say that I actually made it through Buffy's mother's funeral without crying.
Oh.
Because
that's cool because I didn't.
And up until this point in my life, I could not watch anything really sad on TV because I was still dealing with Jerry. Right. And I'm at the point. I am so proud of myself. I apparently and now getting to the point where I can actually watch something on TV without turning into a blubbering idiot. Because it hits home. And we had just buried my dad too right before I went to see before I saw Jean die. I missed that episode, but I got to see the funeral. And I was amazed. It's the first time I've actually gotten to see something, really emotional that I didn't turn into a wet noodle, basically.
There you go.
So apparently I am getting there slowly. But
there's certain things that resonates with us as fans and into our personal lives, and when we see it, it tears us up.
Oh yeah, been tearing me up for 3 years now. That's the first time I actually got to see something, and then I didn't have to, say, okay, I can't watch this because it's going to tear me up inside. And I watched it, got through the whole thing, and I almost cried, but I didn't. Because I kept telling myself, it's TV, it's not real, But, yeah.
Well, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it with certain songs. There are certain songs that take me back to a time in my life that wasn't that great.
Oh yes.
And, boom.
That goes for me too.
Or a real good interaction on the TV or the movie between a guy and a girl, and they're loving, love each other,
I can't watch that yet.
And then something happens where they kiss or whatever else, and you're just sitting there just like, wow, he really loved her or she really loved him, and then something happens.
Yeah. And I'm still I haven't quite gotten that yet yet. I can't do that yet.
Well, I'll be honest. On this day today, I cannot listen to Elvis Presley.
Because he died today.
This is the day that Elvis Presley died in 1977, and
Yep.
to this day, I just can't. I will not listen to Elvis on this day. I'll listen to him tomorrow there's not going to be a next day. But today I just can't. I can't.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a draw. It's that pull, that connection in fandom that gives you that special thing.
Yep.
You know, it's just like we all have that special part of whatever fandom that makes us. For me, will always be that kid sitting in the theater so disappointed that his dad took him to a double feature, and I wanted to go see Star Wars, and then Star Wars came up on the screen.
right?
Same thing when we went to go see Star Trek: The Motion Picture. I was like, Dad, can we go? And he's like, you already bought the tickets. We're going. And there, I made my mother sit with my sister a couple of seats down from us because I wanted him to be with me and my dad. So I get it.
That's
you know what I mean?
hysterical.
Dude, the first Tidewater Comic-Con here in Hampton Roads, they had the Batmobile.
Yep.
Yes.
I was so excited to see that Batmobile. I took Ford to his first convention, and my son, so excited, he runs, he stumbles, he falls. Now, I got a bunch of my friends with me, and normally the look on my son's face was, oh my God, my dad is going to rip into me. But I looked at him, I said, are you all right? I know you're excited. I almost fell trying to get here, and I picked him up, and I took him inside. We got to the Batmobile, which is my favorite Batmobile, 1966.
Oh, yeah.
Batmobile. To this
Batmobile.
day, I tell you now, if I won the lottery, that'd be the first thing I went out and I wouldn't pay any bills first. I would hunt down and find me a 1966 Batmobile have it delivered here to my house. And the guy goes, sir, you're a little too big to get inside. And I looked at him and I'm like, dude, this is a dream. I'm standing next to a 1966 Batmobile. And I said, well, can my son get in? He goes, yeah, your son could get in. And if you couldn't just lean on it, I couldn't touch it or anything else. But he let my son get inside of it. So there I am standing next to it. And I got a picture of it. And he's in that car. That's a connection. You know what I mean? And that picture is very dear to me.
Yep.
And I love that picture because that's my favorite car. And that's my son inside that Batmobile. So I get it when you guys say what you say, and the car, that thing with Elvis, I get it. There's just certain times, Miss Liz, I definitely get yours.
Like I said, yes. There's certain things that me and Jerry did, or I got pictures of Jerry, or I've got a memory of Jerry, and it will still hit me. Oh yeah, I totally agree.
That was a biggie too. That was a biggie.
Yes.
When you saw that thing and he said, oh my God, Bones, what have I done? And I felt the same way. I was just like, you destroyed the Enterprise.
It tears me up every time.
Yeah.
Every time. And killing Spock off.
Oh, come on. The two best friends
in
the
that
chamber?
Scene.
I can't watch that scene. It tears me up.
And you know what killed me was my dad kept telling me, he goes, stop it. You need to stop. And I'm like, what? He goes, Spock can't die. I'm like, Spock is dead. Did you not see the screen? My dad's like, Spock is the most iconic character in Star Trek. You can't kill Spock. He'll be back. And I was like, no. For me as a kid, I was devastated. You know what I mean? I was like,
yeah. I can't watch that part of the even though I know what's coming later on in the next movie. I have the same problem. I cannot watch Kirk and Spock do that scene together. It still tears me up to this day. I just can't do it. It's just one of those things. Even though I know later on he's coming back, it's just, like you said, there's just one iconic scene that you just just
the
one of those
iconic scenes that
things.
really make you, they hit the feelers.
It's just like Old Yeller. You can't watch the Old Yeller die either. Can't do it.
Now, what was it? And it's funny because everybody always, the mysticism stuff that I write and the Batman that I love, but what really kills me are the Disney movies. Lilo and Stitch and stuff like that. Mulan with that dragon. Those, I don't know what it is about that gets me, kind of in the feelers for those things. But they get it.
Dragon's
They
pretty
get it.
cool.
Yeah, I mean it's it's one of those things. There, I guess something that we can relate to, maybe subconsciously that we relate to that hits us hard. But it's just been an honor to being able to share all this with you guys, and of course with the 757 Geek Fandom, and here at the portal, Dakar, Bishop, a few others at the time. Even with Gore, when we talked about the fandom, it was great because I had people I could relate to.
Right.
And,
You know,
what I mean?
you know how I feel about Disney.
Oh yeah. Obviously about Pixar too, because you picked up 3 Pixar Matchbox cars today.
Oh my God, I love all the Pixar movies.
Yeah.
But
and I love Doug to death. But
oh my God,
that is another movie I can't. Ever since Jerry died, I can't watch. I can watch the last half of that movie, no problem. The first half of the movie where they meet and they get married and they have their life together, it tears me up.
So we had Brad Myers.
Jerry, and I can't do it. It's just one of those things.
So that was Brad Myers talking about the Enterprise.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Our buddy Brad from the a night of the 757 Geek Roundtable.
Yes.
Brad.
The Enterprise. And
Hi,
then
Brad.
he's letting us look. He's letting me know. They make those Batmobiles in Illinois or Indiana, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. The guy that I think he was still out in California. I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was. And I don't want to say the name wrong. But he does the custom Batmobiles and everything else. And I swear to God, I don't care if I'm 90. If I'm 90 and I hit that lottery, there'll be a 90-year-old Carl sitting in that Batmobile. Because I am going to get one.
Well, it's Illinois has they call it a Hollywood studio.
Yeah.
Because they do all of the cars.
Yep.
They've got an Ecto 1 that is worth over $1 million.
Wow.
And I'm pretty much any iconic vehicle that you can think of, they have them. But they are literally movie ready.
They got Kit?
I believe so.
I'm pretty sure. But the thing that I liked about the Tumbler was so well made that it made all its own jumps and everything else, and it's street legal.
Yes.
But if
as crazy as that is.
Yeah, I know, right? But if I couldn't get that 1966 Batmobile, the only other Batmobile I would really want is that Arkham Knight Batmobile.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That dude, there's a guy that took like Lamborghini parts and stuff and constructed one, but I would want mine as close to the game as possible. Actually, I have a big one with the figure that came from San Diego Comic-Con, and CAG is so upset because she goes, you opened that thing up and it was worth $150. And I looked at her and I go, it's not going anywhere. Don't care how much it's worth to other people. It's priceless to me, and it's not going anywhere. So that car, especially the intro for the movie, for the game, you see the car and Bruce Wayne is talking to Bruce Wayne, about don't spend the money on fancy cars, and they show the Batmobile come roaring through and everything else. But I love that Batmobile. That's another iconic thing, man. I'm telling you. But Ms. Liz, you are in a treat for these next 2 seasons of Buffy.
Oh, yes.
A real treat.
I've been rewatching Warehouse 13.
Oh.
And guess who's in Warehouse 13? In at least a couple of episodes. They're playing, one's playing the villain, the one is not playing the villain. The actor that played Spike.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. And then Giles is in there also, but he's playing a nasty villain.
Mm-hmm.
Prospero. He played Prospero. And they finally killed him, after several episodes. They finally killed Prospero. But Spike was only on there for like maybe 2 or 3 episodes. He was just kind of a small part. But Giles's part was big. He was playing the major villain, and by the end of the season, they got rid of him.
Oh, wow.
He was trying to destroy the world and make it in his own image, basically. So so it was quite a treat to see Giles playing, the actor Giles playing not a nice person.
Yeah.
So we got Brad telling us that the guy in Indiana or Illinois, he does the Batmobile. He only builds DC's Batmobiles. He's the only one who makes them, which is great.
Oh.
But I appreciate a villain that does stuff like that. I get tired of this. I'm trying to save the world or saving the universe. I mean, Ra's al Ghul did it too.
Yep.
Thanos did it. And I can't stand a villain like that. I'm doing it to preserve. I don't like that. I just like my iconic villains to say, hey, I don't think you deserve to be here. I'm doing it because I want the world in my image. I want to reshape. Those are the villains that I love. The Joker, who makes no sense.
I was going to say the Joker.
Yeah.
That is why the Joker will always be one of my all-time favorite villains. Dude. Because he didn't care about anybody else. He did it because he was crazy. He did it because he wanted to watch the world burn.
That's
a villain.
That's my favorite line.
Prospero did a pretty good job of.
Did he?
Oh yeah. He was trying. He actually succeeded, and they had to go back, through the porthole to stop him, basically.
All right, Miss Liz.
All right, it's time for dinner, isn't it?
Yes, and every 2 weeks we're going to come back and join you for your show. So the next show is going to be on August 30th. Okay.
All right.
So every 2 weeks we'll get with you and we will explore the fandom.
Well, hopefully I'll have Q by then.
Well, that'd be nice.
Right, that would be nice because as cute as that O'Hara duck is, I can just imagine what Q's going to look like.
So Captain Janeway was also on Warehouse 13.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Brad. And thank you for
quite
hanging
a few
with us.
Star Trek people in Warehouse 13.
Yes.
7 of 9's in there. Let me see. Who else was there? Data. I mean, not Data. Yeah, Data. No, it's not Data. The guy in Deep Space Nine that played the constable.
Odo.
That's it. Yeah, he is in several of the seasons. He shows up every once in a while. Yeah. And then the lady that played from the Bionic Woman, she plays one of the doctors that shows up every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of thing. And of course, Mrs. Fredericks is the coroner from New Orleans, the NCIS New Orleans now.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's quite a few Star Trek people in there.
Which is awesome. It's the fandom.
Yep.
So, as we close out the show, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back August 30th with the First Lady of Fandom, Miss Liz Dakar. Take us out, sir.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us yet again on another episode of our lovely Fandom with Miss Liz. Mr. Brad, thank you for all the knowledge you were dropping today, too. We love that. So, as Caleb has said, we will be back August 30th with another rousing show, which I'm sure will have more buffet to go over.
And other things, too. But I've been really enjoying rewatching Warehouse 13. It's been very interesting.
Oh, my God. I love you guys. You keep me sane.
Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're out.
I will see you tomorrow night.